Welcome back to How FinTech Works by MEDICI Studio. I'm your host, Ling, and we are talking about central bank digital currency. Well, in the past episode, we talked about the idea that there were three different possible implementations. The indirect method, which is very gentle, you might not even notice it from a consumer perspective. The direct method, which is rip the bandage off and have accounts directly feed into central bank digital currency tokens, or alternatively, some sort of hybrid in between. Now, depending on which one happens, you're going to want to approach it a little differently. But the truth is, if we're moving continuously towards cashless and we're moving continuously toward a CBDC sort of stable token situation, as a bank, you're going to want to play this a certain way. And as a fintech company, you're going to want to be ready to take advantage of every single opportunity. So let's talk about it first if you're a fintech company. If you're a fintech company, the idea that the central bank might be issuing its own currency is really exciting. That means that you can be the app layer because most likely a central bank isn't going to want to have a team of developers that are now developing new and exciting ways to customer service, account for different types of transactions, and all of the different administrative things that go into just taking care of onboarding new accounts, all of the all of the know your customers, all the anti-laundering, they're going to still want to outsource pieces of that. And if you're a fintech company, you can take the piecemeal approach where you're providing great value add in one of these segments. Or you could be Alipay. You could be Facebook Libra. You could be really, really good at being the best application layer of stickiness. You could be really fantastic about making it fun for a customer to be on your platform and want to have you as the fintech company be attached to the CBDC. So what do you do if you're a bank? Well, in the indirect method and the hybrid method, it's almost like very little changes. You still are the go-to person for where the money comes through because there's still some cash in the system. There's still an idea that someone is going to prefer very, very easily a bank over just making it all online. And that's going to be particularly true for countries where the population is not so young. I mean, if you have a young population, quite a lot of those particular demographics lead to a group that doesn't really like cash. That said, you're going to want to be ready for what it means to be completely cashless in a CBDC environment. And in particular, let's talk about reserve requirement. Now, for most banks, the reserve requirement dictates how much capital you can actually then deploy to things like lending and pretty much everything surrounding that, credit card issuance, etc. So if you're a bank, just like always, you're going to want to think about how do I retain assets? It just becomes a very different and more intense imperative. You're going to want to be thinking about how do I compete against an app layer that's sitting on top of central bank money? How do I make people want to come over to me? How do I get sticky? The way that an Alipay gets sticky, the way that a Facebook gets sticky, such that people are checking in with me every day, every minute for reasons that have nothing to do with banking. And there is where it's going to be a really fun environment to think about who should I partner with? What types of new fintech technologies do I either want to create or buy? Now, I don't have all the answers to this, and I don't think anyone has all the answers to this. But if you'd like to think through it, we've got on MEDICI's Inner Circle tons of materials that relate to any number of things. We will try to put some of those in particular in the comments. And that completes our series on central bank digital currency. We hope you've enjoyed it and we'd love to hear from you. Let us know what you think. And if you feel we've left off a topic or you'd like us to write or do more videos on some area that you're thinking about, we'd love to hear from you.